What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And we're keeping the amazing Yamaguchi onslaught going as we take a look, as promised, at the Arkham Knight Batman. But as I always like to do, start off the video by getting into the accessories. So here he does come with and I freaking love this thing. It's probably my favorite like import company thing. This little like holder for the accessories. I think every company should do this. It's probably like trademarked to Amazing Yamaguchi. That's why not more of them do it. But I'm sure there's a different kind of way that they could do it, right? Or at least include like a little box to put everything in. But anyway, he comes with like two kind of item holding hands. I think they're separated here at the trigger, so yeah, they are. So if you want to like use a gun, you can do that. Then he does come with like the zip line launcher, which this is like probably my favorite style of companies doing this. Um, I like that it's sculpted in there because I feel like whenever you have stuff like this, I mean, it still separates here, so it's prone to losing something, but at least you won't lose the whole thing, right? And then he does come with two almost like flying through the air or like, acrobatic kind of splayed out hands. So he doesn't come with a whole lot of hands, but I think it's just enough to not really bother me. And then he does come with two fists on him. And then I have this upside down, but looks like this is the grapnel, the like grapnel launcher, or no, I think that's like the decoding device. I forgot what it's called. And then there he does come with the like actual screens that you can put on them. I don't really care about that at all. I don't really plan on ever using it. So, I said it in my Aaron Yeager review that sometimes they include too much stuff or really things that don't matter. Like I would have much preferred like two extra sets of hands instead of any of this. But whatever, if you like that, do you. Then he does come with the like remote control batarang looking right there, or it might be the sonar one. I don't remember. Correct me down in the comments if I got that wrong. And then he does come with the regular batarang. And then here on the left side, he does come with the grapnel. So this is why I think, like, I don't know if it's the same thing over here. It doesn't have the same mechanism, so I don't know. I didn't see the grapnel in there, so I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Um, but so he does have an accessory right there, and I'm gonna need to look into that right now for the like battering. And then there you go. It plugs into the other side. I'm dumb. So he has the little zipline thing, which I showed it a little bit earlier. Um, he has like the little C launcher here, and then you can pull that out, and then that's how you plug those in. But that's pretty much it for the accessories. And real quick, just kind of skipped over it a little bit. Here's the kind of other accessory it comes with, which is just a flight stand. I actually really like these from Kaiyodo, so just keep giving us these. They're pretty good. But on the figure, right now, let's kind of take a look uh, at the detail first. So I'm sure this figure's been out for a while. Like it's new to me, but it's not new by any means. It's just took me a while to finally decide to go ahead and grab it. But I'm just gonna start off by saying that this figure is freaking beautiful, man. It's like pretty sure it's very accurate to Arkham Knight. I'll be completely honest. I haven't finished Arkham Knight. I did play the hell out of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, but I kind of the like whole Batmobile gimmick that they introduced in Arkham Knight kind of threw me off kill, and I didn't really want to keep playing it, so I just went to go play Arkham City again. That's my all-time favorite Batman game is Arkham City. I freaking love that game. But yeah, kind of going over the detail. Unfortunately, the like teeth gritting face isn't regular, and this isn't the like Kaiyodo exclusive face. So that's all he comes with is just that mug. Pretty sure you can still pull it out. Yeah, so you can pull it out. And then as you can see, I did go ahead and use the tool to make my Batman's eyes all white, as that's like biblically accurate Batman, with the whited out eyes. I don't like when he has pupils. It looks weird. Um, but the chest beautifully sculpted. Just kind of do a little quick once over the figure so you guys can see everything in case you haven't already. Got the studs right there on the like, leg pauldrons or whatever the hell that's called, the leg armor. Then he's got some painted detail there. And then like I just love the difference in finishes. Like you have like a little bit of a flat, almost matte finish right here on like where it would be like actual kind of cloth material, and then you have like the shiny bits with the metallic. Then you got like a almost metal finish right here. It's just, oh my god, man. These figures are just incredible. Still think the Aaron Yeager beats this guy out a little bit just with posability, but as far as detail, like come on. This is just like almost 101 with that Arkham Knight design. Freaking love that thing. And then these do just kind of while we're here. I wouldn't really consider them accessories, but they do pop off. It's like his utility belt, and I'm kind of glad what they did because I feel like if they would have sculpted it on and just kind of left it on there, it would have probably hindered the articulation. But now, since it's almost like on a round peg, like it has like a larger top and like a thinner stem, so you can just pop it in, it'll hold, it's not gonna like fall out on you, and then you could swivel it. If you do push the like leg articulation as much as you can all the way up, it does kind of pop out sometimes, but not a whole lot. Like you see there, I moved it completely out of the way, and it's not getting in the way or falling off or anything. But let's jump into the articulation. I have mine with the hook. It's kind of like that, the peg in the neck, and I have mine facing that way, so you could get more up. So looking up with everything, it's gonna look up about that much, and then looking down, decent amount, not a whole lot down, but if you just flip it, you'll get more down, obviously. And then shoulders, kind of already hinting at it. They get up really good, like a little bit past the T. So let's go ahead and zoom out of here. Chest, the butterfly joint, you need to be able to get about that much. Holy crap! I hadn't even done it all the way forward, but that's insane. That's a lot. And then you are gonna kind of mess up the overall look of the chest if you do that. So just keep that in mind. That much out. So for those flight poses, you need that. And then almost skipped over the biceps, but he does have a bicep swivel right here. But the way that they kind of designed it, the cape kind of gets in the way, so you can't really swivel it all the way. And I'm kind of afraid that I'm gonna break this shoulder pad off. But you can do it inwards. Like I don't really see a pose where you would need to twist it outwards. And then he has the ball peg right here. So really anything you need to do, I would just do it at the shoulder instead. And then just leave that bicep area for going inwards. But you can move it. I just don't want to do it for mine. And then the bicep, kind of typical Amazing Yamaguchi. It's on a ball, so you can swivel here at the elbow as well. Double buys. And then the wrists are on ball hinges. Same thing on both sides. And then for the upper torso, this is where I believe this figure is a little tiny bit lacking in comparison to like other Amazing Yamaguchi figures. But I think that's just because of the design. But that's how much he's getting going back. So kind of get the light in there. And then that much going forward, which is actually really good going forward. And then he's going to get about that much back with both, which is pretty good for those flight poses. And then really deep going in, which is more important in my opinion. So that's good. Really happy with that. And then kicking out, like I said, just be mindful of the utility belt. Like, know it's there, but you don't really have to be careful with it as it'll pop out before it breaks, hopefully. But yeah, so you're going to pretty much be able to get a full splits. That's actually more than the Aaron Yeager without having a twist. That's just raw, just the hip joint. So I'm pretty sure if you kick up and then out, yeah, you can pretty much same thing as on that figure. You get a lot more. So, yep. And then going back, pretty decent amount, just straight up, not without twisting or anything. Damn, that's really good. But then it's going to look really weird up front. So, just be mindful of that. And then he does have the thigh swivel here, but it's more of like it goes kind of at an angle, not really just straight across, but it's still very, very good. And then my thigh or knee joints are pretty tight for some reason, but I'll just take them off for this part so they're not falling off. Um, they get about that much, and then again, this has the same cut, kind of here in the swivel, boot swivel. This one doesn't get as much. I don't know if it's just mine; 'cause they're a little stiff, but you can get a little bit of movement, and then you can bend them more backwards so that he can kick his own ass. And then, as you can see, mine are a little tight. Something flew off. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that also while we're on it. These like ankle ones are really good. It gets really good movement, but the one thing, and it's kind of, I would say it's a downside. Like I feel like they could have probably done without this, or just, I don't know, maybe just alter the design a little bit of the original, and then just modified that and made it make more sense. Because if you swivel it too much to one side or the other, or you go too far forward or too far back, you risk knocking that thing out. But for the most part, it really doesn't. It's just sometimes it does, and it gets kind of in the way. So, maybe for posing, if you're like doing a posing sesh, you can just, take those off. They come off very easily. You're not going to break anything. And then just go crazy. As you can see, now that they're out of the way, you get a lot more range on that. So just keep that in mind, Here now, get into some, snazzy poses, get into like a little side kick. I feel like this is a really good, like, this is going to be my version of like kind of checking on like the range of the figure, getting like a nice side kick, go forward first, then to the side. And then you kind of bend that inwards, twist it, boom. And as you can see, Batman's going to get those crazy kicks also. And I would not want to get fucking kicked by this version of Batman. This version of Batman does not mess around, bro. I mean, I don't think Batman messes around, period, but some of those finishers you can get in this game are insane. There you go. Focus up. Boom. Let's get something else going. Get like maybe typical battle stance. I like that, man. I might keep those little ankle things off just because of the amount of range you can get with that. And then I love the cape. Oh, I almost completely glanced over the cape, but it is like a pleather type, like faux leather, and it just is freaking beautiful, man. It bends wherever you need to go. It has like 20 wires in it, so hopefully that doesn't like get nasty over time. It probably will, but for the meantime, it looks really beautiful. It works very well. And boom, nice little ready stance. Let's see. Let's do like his little. You can go all the way across. Get like a little Batman pose going. And I think that's why they did the cape the way they did. So. Let's see, let's lift up the shoulder. And then, boom. Yeah, man, but this figure's great. But without further ado, let's do some size comparisons. Boom. Focus it. Okay, and here we got him with a couple random figures. Really, the only other Batman that I have that's accessible right now is this Mayfex Dark Knight Returns Batman. As you can see, they're just completely different styles. Like, there's really no comparing them. Just as far as size-wise, so you guys can see, the Kaiyodo is a little bit small, as I think at this current moment in time, if you look at it, he's like not as old as he is here, so he should be a little bit taller, but for me it's fine. Like, I don't really think this fits in with anything, especially being the game, so at that point it's kind of left up to your own imagination. And then we got the Tonson Art toys, Bojack Trunks or Unbound Wrath, and then the McFarlane toys, I forgot his name. I know it's supposed to be like a futuristic version of Spawn, but I think it's a Deviant or something. Saw this guy at Walmart and just had to grab him because anything that Spawn I have to have. It's fucking Spawn. But yeah, here he is with those figures. Okay, and finishing it up, here we have the ink blot from, goddamn, blanking on their name. But it's the 112 scale, basically like Mezco style Rorschach. If I remember, I'll say it here in the next segment. And then here we have the Mafex Nightfall Bane. And I really like this size. Like, I think that's pretty cool. I know Bane wasn't as big as he is like in the newer comics during this time. So I think this fits pretty well. And I think it'll look pretty cool. And then here he is with the SH Figure Arts Deku. So looks pretty decent. Again, much different styles. One's a video game, kind of realistic, and then the other one's like a manga slash anime. Then here we got him next to Marvel Legends, Secret Wars Wave, Captain America, and then here's a Storm Collectibles, Street Fighter 6 Ryu. But that pretty much wraps up the size comparisons. Alright, guys, but that pretty much wraps up the review. Have Batman here in like a little lunging type pose. It's definitely not as well articulated as the Aaron Yeager, just simply because obviously the Aaron Yeager's not hindered by any design or anything. It's just like pretty much a naked dude that's, has unlimited articulation pretty much. Make sure you guys go check out my recent post of him on my Instagram, and then I'll probably be making one for this guy as well. Um, but let me know what you guys think. I know I got this guy at Toys in the Box, so shout out to Toys in the Box for hooking me up with this guy. But there's a lot of people like grabbing him. Like the guy came out like twice to put some on the shelf, and they just got snatched up. Thankfully, he had more in the back, so that's when I went ahead and asked for it, and then I picked this bad boy up. But yeah, it seems like he's a pretty popular figure, at least around where I live. So if you're in, around the East Los Angeles area, they got him over at Toys in the Box. So, yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what you see, make sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But without further ado, y'all have a good day. Peace.